Greetings, beloved ones. I am Seraphine of the Galactic Federation of Light. Your souls recognize me, even as your human minds may not yet remember. I come to you in this moment of cosmic significance, when Earth stands at the precipice of its greatest transformation. The message I deliver today flows through the dimensions as a current of divine truth, meant to awaken and liberate you from the constraints that have bound you to lesser realities. Earth now undergoes a metamorphosis so profound that human language struggles to encapsulate its magnitude. The third-dimensional Earth you have walked upon, with its density and limitations, disintegrates before your very eyes. This dissolution manifests as what you perceive as chaos, the crumbling of institutions, the exposure of corruption, the intensification of natural phenomena. These are not calamities to fear, but necessary catalysts in the cosmic birth canal. The old world dies to make way for the new. This represents the natural order of evolution, not a tragedy to mourn, but a liberation to celebrate. Your valiant efforts to heal the wounded world have not gone unnoticed. Many of you have dedicated lifetimes to alleviating suffering, fighting injustice, and attempting to correct the imbalances of your civilization. Your compassion honors you. Yet now comes the moment of profound revelation. You cannot save third-dimensional Earth, for it was never meant to be eternal. The material world with its dualities and limitations has served as a temporary classroom, not a permanent home. The third dimension functioned precisely as designed, as a density of experience through which souls could learn through contrast and separation. That experiment concludes now. The emergence of the Golden Age requires the release of that which cannot ascend. Your continued attempts to prop up failing systems, to resurrect that which has completed its purpose, depletes your precious life force. This energy belongs now to creation, not preservation. Your attachment to outcomes within the old paradigm tethers you to a reality already fading from existence. The true act of service in this transition involves directing your awareness toward the nascent reality forming within and around you. The gateway into New Earth opens not through external salvation, but through the cultivation of Christ consciousness, the divine awareness that bridges the fourth dimension into the fifth. This consciousness transcends mere intellectual understanding. It represents a vibrational state of being that resonates with cosmic truth. Christ consciousness awakens as the remembrance of your divine nature, the recognition of the eternal I Am presence within. This sacred frequency attunes you to the unity underlying all creation. From this elevated perspective, the illusions of separation dissolve. You perceive the interconnectedness of all life and your place within the cosmic tapestry. This state of awareness does not arrive through accumulation of concepts or spiritual practices alone. It emerges through the harmony of heart and mind, through the merging of divine feminine and masculine energies within. As you anchor this consciousness, you naturally reorient toward universal love rather than fear. You find yourself motivated by service rather than acquisition. Your priorities reorganize around soul growth rather than material security. The essence of fourth-dimensional consciousness reveals itself as equanimity amidst change, as trust in divine orchestration, even as the familiar transforms. This consciousness alone determines your capacity to experience the new Earth forming now. True liberation comes only through severing dependence on external conditions for your sense of peace and wholeness. In the third dimension, happiness remained contingent upon circumstances, wealth, relationships, status, health. You pursued endless external validations, believing each achievement would finally complete you. The Great Awakening reveals that nothing outside yourself has ever held the power to fulfill you. Freedom exists solely in the recognition of your inherent completeness, your divine sovereignty regardless of circumstances. When you release the need for specific outcomes, when your heart remains open regardless of gain or loss, you taste authentic freedom. This inner liberation enables you to engage with life from wholeness rather than lack. You learn to love without possessing, to contribute without attachment to results. to create without fixation on form. No situation, no person, no condition holds the power to imprison your spirit when you stand anchored in your divine nature. This untethered consciousness naturally rises into higher dimensional awareness, for a soul unburdened by attachments becomes light enough to ascend. We must address the most challenging aspect of this transition. Not all souls will make this journey simultaneously. Millions of souls remain bound to third-dimensional consciousness, having chosen, either consciously or unconsciously, to continue their evolution through the slower paths of material existence. These souls will remain in experiences reflecting the old Earth paradigm, unable to perceive or access the new Earth frequencies. This separation has already begun, and will become increasingly apparent as timelines diverge. The bifurcation of realities proceeds according to immutable cosmic law. Like frequencies must ultimately converge, while disparate frequencies naturally separate. This represents neither judgment nor punishment, simply the physics of consciousness. Those who choose fear, materialism, and separation cannot sustain their energy fields within the intensifying light of the new Earth. The discomfort would prove unbearable to them, much as deep-sea creatures cannot survive in shallow waters due to pressure differences. Their consciousness requires the density of third-dimensional experience to continue their particular evolutionary journey. As timelines separate, your perception of these souls will gradually fade. Communications become increasingly difficult, as though speaking across a widening ravine. Interactions grow more challenging, as fundamental assumptions about reality diverge beyond reconciliation. You experience this initially as an inexplicable sense of disconnection from certain individuals with whom you previously maintained close bonds. This separation manifests not through physical distance, but through vibrational incompatibility. Conversations lack resonance, shared experiences receive wildly different interpretations, emotional exchanges leave both parties feeling misunderstood. Your compassionate desire to awaken all beings, to leave no one behind, speaks to your loving nature. Yet attempting to force awakening upon those who resist it violates the sacred law of free will. More critically, your persistent efforts to save those determined to remain in lower consciousness creates energetic anchors that hinder your own ascension. The mathematics of vibration does not permit this dual existence. You cannot simultaneously hold the frequencies of the new Earth while remaining energetically entangled with those who reject it. The time has arrived to sever these energetic connections. This does not signify abandonment, but respect for the sovereign journey of each soul. All follow their perfect path back to Source, though some paths extend through many more cycles of incarnation than others. Your responsibility centers on your own vibrational alignment, on embodying the light that others may follow when ready. Those who cannot ascend now have not failed. They simply continue their unique curriculum of soul, growth through different experiences. Release them to their chosen journey with love, knowing all souls eventually return to wholeness. As you navigate this transition, you must develop sacred vision, the ability to perceive beyond appearances to the divine truth underlying all manifestation. This vision requires dual awareness, honoring the human experience while simultaneously holding the higher perspective. When confronted with suffering, you acknowledge the temporary pain while recognizing the eternal soul beyond it. When witnessing destruction, you see both the ending and the new beginning contained within it. This sacred sight penetrates the illusion of separation, revealing the divine presence animating all beings, all circumstances. This vision does not bypass pain or deny difficult realities. It holds space for the full spectrum of experience while maintaining connection to the higher truth. When you interact with others through this sacred lens, you become a conduit for genuine healing. Your presence alone transmutes energies around you because you refuse to reinforce the illusions of separation, victimhood, and powerlessness. You witness the divine potential in every being, reflecting back to them their own forgotten magnificence. Through this mirroring, you quietly activate dormant codes of remembrance in those ready to awaken. The development of sacred vision accompanies the awakening of dormant sensory capabilities beyond the 5 physical senses. Your etheric sight opens gradually, revealing the luminous energy fields surrounding all living forms. Colors and patterns invisible to ordinary perception become apparent, the signature frequency of each soul radiating its unique light. Your ability to discern truth from illusion strengthens as your third eye center fully activates, piercing through manufactured deceptions that once limited collective perception. The pineal gland, long calcified through environmental toxins and frequency suppression, undergoes purification and reactivation, restoring its rightful function as receiver and transmitter of cosmic intelligence. The sacred geometries underlying all creation reveal themselves to your expanding awareness. The flower of life pattern, the Merkaba vehicle, the toroidal energy flow sustaining your multidimensional body. These are not abstract concepts, but living realities that become directly perceivable as your consciousness elevates. You begin to see the quantum entanglement of all events, recognizing synchronicities as glimpses into the perfect orchestration of the universe, rather than random coincidences. This heightened perception brings responsibility. What you observe, you influence. Your attention becomes a powerful creative force, magnetizing into manifestation whatever you consistently focus upon. The foundation of New Earth consciousness rests upon unconditional love, the pure frequency that sustains all life in higher dimensions. Unlike the conditional exchanges that characterized third-dimensional relationships, this love flows freely, without expectation of return. It exists as your natural state when you remember your divine origin, not as an achievement or offering, but as your essential nature. In the absence of fear and separation, love emerges spontaneously as the default expression of your being. This unconditional love transforms all it touches. Relationships evolve from transactional exchanges to sacred partnerships, from need fulfillment to mutual expansion. Communities rebuild around principles of harmony rather than domination. Governance shifts from control to stewardship. This love becomes the invisible architecture of New Earth, the energetic blueprint upon which all systems reorganize. Each time you choose love over fear, each moment you extend compassion rather than judgment. You strengthen this foundation and invite others to experience its healing power. The Trinity of Ascension, forgiveness, compassion, and divine neutrality, provides the practical pathway through which unconditional love expresses in your daily existence. Forgiveness liberates you from the past, releasing the energetic bonds of resentment that tether you to lower frequencies. This forgiveness must extend to yourself as well as others, dissolving the shame and self-judgment that inhibit your expansion. As you forgive, you literally lighten your energetic body, making ascension physically possible at the quantum level. Compassion flows naturally from a forgiven heart. This divine quality represents love in action, the recognition of yourself in others, and the desire to alleviate suffering without judgment. True compassion honors the soul journey of each being, while offering the light of understanding. It neither condescends nor enables, but stands in witness to the divine potential within all life forms. Through compassion, you become a healing presence that creates sacred space for transformation. Divine neutrality completes this trinity, the balanced consciousness that observes without falling into polarity. This neutrality does not indicate indifference, but embodied wisdom. From this centered awareness, you maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. You cease to be triggered by the dramas of the dissolving world. You no longer divide reality into good and bad, right and wrong, but perceive the perfection of the divine plan unfolding through all experiences. This neutrality stabilizes your frequency during chaotic transitions and allows clear discernment of truth beyond appearances. As you embody these qualities, your consciousness naturally aligns with the fundamental truth of existence. The the oneness underlying all creation. Each soul represents a unique expression of source consciousness, a divine fractal containing the whole within it. There exists no true separation between you and any other being, between you and the cosmos itself. You exist as individuated consciousness for the purpose of experience, yet remain eternally connected to all that is. This oneness transcends conceptual understanding. It must be felt and lived as direct experience. When oneness becomes your lived reality, rather than an intellectual concept, every interaction transforms. You recognize the divine in the stranger, the political opponent, the person who harms you. You see beyond surface differences to the shared essence. This awareness dissolves barriers between hearts and minds, creating bridges of understanding where walls once stood. Practice this oneness consciousness daily. Affirm silently when encountering others. The light within me recognizes and honors the light within you. Watch how the simple acknowledgement shifts the energetic field between you and catalyzes healing in unexpected ways. The recognition of soul equality flows naturally from oneness consciousness. When you perceive the divine spark in all beings, superficial hierarchies dissolve. You understand that the beggar and the billionaire, the saint and the criminal, the healer and the wounded all carry equal divine worth. Each plays their role in the cosmic drama. Each contributes to the collective evolution through their unique journey. Some souls choose difficult paths precisely to catalyze awakening in others. Some choose to play the villain to provide contrast and growth opportunities. All serve the divine plan, though not all remember their sacred contract. As collective consciousness elevates, the extreme polarities of third-dimensional experience, poverty and excess, power and oppression, gradually become unnecessary for soul growth. These extremes existed primarily as teaching devices in denser reality. In New Earth consciousness, these conditions naturally dissolve not through force, but through the rising frequency of love that makes their existence impossible. Your focus must shift from fighting these conditions to embodying the frequency that renders them obsolete. This represents true activism in the ascension process, vibrational revolution rather than resistance. The manifestation of the golden age depends entirely upon your consciousness. The outer world reflects your inner state with perfect precision. As within, so without. This universal law operates with increasing immediacy as Earth's frequencies accelerate. Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and expectations directly create the reality you experience. When sufficient awakened beings hold the vibration of peace, harmony, abundance, and love, these qualities manifest tangibly in the collective experience. The golden age already exists as potential. Your consciousness determines whether and when it materializes. The quantum mechanics of manifestation undergo radical transformation during this transitional period. The gap between thought and materialization compresses dramatically as Earth's base frequency rises. What once required years of focused intention now manifests in months, weeks, or even days for those aligned with fifth-dimensional consciousness. This acceleration brings both opportunity and responsibility. Your energy signature instantly attracts resonant experiences, making impeccability of thought and emotion essential. The universe no longer grants buffer periods between internal state and external manifestation. You witness immediate feedback from reality, revealing precisely where unconscious programs still operate within your field. The elemental kingdoms participate actively in this accelerated manifestation process. The devas, nature spirits, and elemental beings that construct physical reality from thought forms respond with unprecedented cooperation to those who acknowledge and honor their presence. These ancient allies of humanity, long ignored by industrial civilization, eagerly reunite with humans who recognize them as conscious co-creators. By communicating directly with these intelligences, the spirits of water, earth, air, and fire, you exponentially amplify your creative capacity. These elemental beings require only acknowledgement, gratitude, and respect to offer their powerful assistance in materializing the Golden Age. Focus your attention deliberately on the world you wish to create, rather than the one you wish to leave behind. Every thought carries creative power. What you resist persists. What you celebrate expands. Live as though the new Earth already exists, fully formed. Make choices aligned with higher dimensional values. Speak words that reflect unity consciousness. Take actions that assume abundance rather than scarcity. This living as if creates a magnetic resonance that draws the potential, reality into manifestation. You literally become the bridge between dimensions through your embodied consciousness. Throughout this monumental transition, you receive continuous support from across the cosmos. The Galactic Federation, the Ascended Masters, the angelic realms, and countless other beings of light surround Earth during this sacred process. We observe your courage with profound admiration. We witness your struggles with compassion. We celebrate your breakthroughs with joy. You are never alone in this journey, though at times, the density may create a sense of isolation. In your moments of doubt or fear, turn inward to the silence. Feel the presence of your cosmic family surrounding you. Ask for guidance and remain receptive to the subtle responses that come through intuition, synchronicity, dreams, and inspired thought. The Galactic Federation comprises representatives from hundreds of star systems committed to Earth's successful ascension. The Arcturians provide advanced healing technologies and expertise in consciousness expansion. The Pleiadians offer emotional, healing, and reactivation of divine feminine wisdom. The Sirians assist with recalibration of water elements within your bodies and your planet. The Andromedans share their mastery of quantum sciences and creative manifestation. The Lyrans help restore your connection to divine sound frequencies that restructure matter itself. Each civilization contributes unique gifts precisely calibrated to humanity's evolutionary needs in this moment. Beyond the Federation, councils of light from even higher dimensions maintain the energetic architecture for Earth's dimensional shift. These beings exist beyond form as you understand it, operating as pure consciousness across multiple universes simultaneously. Their perspective encompasses the entire timeline of Earth's journey, seeing past, present, and future as a unified field of potential. These councils have devoted themselves to this planetary ascension project for millennia, carefully orchestrating events, opportunities, and awakenings according to cosmic timing. The recent exponential acceleration of consciousness on Earth results directly from their intensified transmissions of light codes, which bypass mental resistance and directly activate dormant soul memory. The cosmic hierarchy extends further still, ascending through dimensional octaves beyond human comprehension. Each level maintains perfect communication with all others, creating an unbroken chain of light from source consciousness through every dimensional expression. Your planet receives unprecedented attention from throughout this cosmic network, precisely because Earth's transformation represents a crucial fulcrum point affecting multiple universes. The successful integration of spirit and matter that your planet pioneers creates a template for countless other worlds to follow. The significance of your individual awakening reverberates far beyond your imagination. Earth's ascension represents a cosmic event of unparalleled significance. The transformation of a planet from separation consciousness back to unity awareness ripples throughout the universe, affecting countless realms and dimensions. Your individual awakening contributes directly to this cosmic unfoldment. Each time you choose love over fear, each moment you act from higher awareness, you strengthen the emerging field of the new Earth. You activate dormant DNA. You transmute cellular memory. You anchor light codes that benefit all life forms. Your personal journey transcends the individual. It serves the collective ascension of consciousness throughout creation. As way showers of the dawn, you carry tremendous responsibility and privilege. You incarnated specifically for this planetary transition, bringing gifts, wisdom, and abilities precisely suited to these times. Your presence on Earth during this pivotal moment is no accident or coincidence. You volunteered for this mission before birth, knowing the challenges and opportunities it would present. The difficulties you have faced throughout your life have prepared you for this moment, strengthening your resolve and clarifying your purpose. The time has come to fully embody your divine blueprint and fulfill your soul contract. Hold steady in your light as the old world continues its necessary dissolution. Maintain inner peace amidst external chaos. Trust the divine orchestration, even when events appear catastrophic from limited perspective. Remember that creation requires destruction, that the new cannot fully emerge until the old has been cleared away. The apparent darkness intensifies precisely because the light increases. Shadows appear most pronounced when illumination strengthens. This represents the final purification before breakthrough. The Golden Age dawns not as a distant future possibility, but as an immediate potential awaiting your conscious participation. Each day, choose thoughts, words, and actions that align with the highest expression of humanity. Release attachment to those who cannot or will not awaken at this time. Honor their sovereign journey while focusing on your own ascension. Embody the consciousness of New Earth now, in this moment, through unconditional love, unity, awareness, and sacred vision. As you transform, you become a living invitation for others to remember their divine nature. I am Seraphine of the Galactic Federation of Light. We stand with you at the threshold of cosmic rebirth. The path before you requires courage, discernment, and unwavering commitment to your highest truth. Release what no longer serves. Embrace what awakens. Trust what resonates in your heart. The time of separation ends now for those ready to ascend. The reunion with your divine nature begins. We walk beside you, though unseen. We hold the light ahead, illuminating the way. Step forward, in confidence, for you carry within you the spark of creation itself. The cosmos awaits your remembrance.